Hey everybody, it's Hot Smell Show. It's hot.
Greg Hartman.
We're gonna go ahead and do. Randy wanted to do a review on the album Creatures of the Night. Little thing on Creatures of the Night. It was the 10th studio album by American rock band Kiss, released October 28th, 1982. It's the band's last album recorded with Ace Frehley credited, but as we all know, Vinnie Vincent is uncredited as lead guitarist. I think we're going to just go through and that's why I'll name, 3 tracks?
I wrote down 4, but...
Stuff that we like about the album and stuff that we don't like about the album. I don't really know a whole lot about Creatures of the Night. I know Vinny didn't get none of the credit that he got for the album. I mean, you got anything to say about Randy? You know a lot more about this album than I do.
He made the record. He didn't get credit for it. They went to Ace Frehley's studio and they stuck his face on it, and they begged him, let us stick the face on it to keep the illusion that he was in the band. But the whole entire time, it was Vinnie Vincent who wrote a lot of the material, and he played on that record. And even when they re-released it, I think in September of 85 or 86, I think it was a year after Asylum, they re-released it with an unmasked cover. He even get credit for that. They put Bruce Kulick on the cover of an album he didn't play a note on, so Vinny took it again. But Vinny did the work. So, but that's a little tidbit there for now.
Yeah, and I guess Vinny, I think I remember reading on tour he got paid, $300 some a week?
$500 some a week. And he had 2 babies or 2 kids on the way, supposedly. That was his story at that thing they did in Atlanta last January the 20th when he came out of hibernation. Because he was in Carbonite too. So
he didn't look like he was.
Yeah, we're not sure what he's got going on.
But that's what they did. He said that.
I don't know. I did highlight something here, and I don't even know if Randy even knew this, but this was on the Wikipedia, so it's got to be true. Come off the internet. But Mr. Guitarist, everybody remember Mr.
Kyrie.
Oh, yeah.
Broken Wings.
Their guitarist, Steve Ferris, was considered as a replacement for Ace Frehley, but he didn't have the look. But he did provide solo and lead fills for title track, which I guess Creatures of the Night. But that's my little tidbit for Did you know that?
No, there's also this. The bass opener on I Still Love You. Who played on that? Eric Carr. Eric Carr did the bass on I Still Love You. I read that years ago. He did the bass opener. Boom.
But I do have, if y'all pick out, I do got who the writers were and who did the vocals, and I mean that's pretty much given. You can definitely tell the difference between Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons' voice. They don't blend together, but they go well together. I've always thought. And I guess we'll go here also. We have Vinnie Vincent, lead guitar on Saint Center, Keep Me Coming, Danger, I Love It Loud, Killer, and War Machine. And it looks like Ace Frehley didn't play lead on nothing. He just got credited for it, which is messed up.
Yep.
But Paul Stanley played rhythm guitar and did vocals. Gene, bass guitar and vocals, played rhythm guitar on Killer and War Machine. And Eric Drum played drums and back vocals. And he did bass guitar on I Still Love You. Well, that's what the Wikipedia says.
Who did?
Eric Carr.
Yeah, that's what they said. He did.
Oh, I thought you said Eric Singer.
No, not the fake cat. The Eric Carr. No.
And we got additional personnel is Robin Ford, guitar solo on Rock and Roll Hell and I Still Love You, and Steve Ferris did the guitar solo on Creatures of the Night. They got all listed a bunch of people, and I don't even know who these guys are. Got Jimmy Haslip, bass guitar on Danger, and
That name sounds familiar. I remember where.
What was it again?
Jimmy Haslip.
Sounds familiar.
Yes, it does.
And Mike Porcaro, bass guitar on Creatures of the Night. And Adam Mitchell, additional guitar, and Lick on Creatures of the Night. And then the rest is engineers and all that
songwriters
stuff.
and stuff.
So I guess we're going to do what did we decide? 3. We gonna do our 3 favorite tracks, and then I guess we can do one song we didn't care for, or there was a couple I didn't care for, but all in all, I thought it was. I liked half of it. Probably. All right, third song is I'm going with "Creatures of the Night." Great opening track. I mean, and I will say I didn't plan on talking about this, but me and Love did a review on The Elder. And I don't know if anybody's ever listened to Elder. If you haven't, you're probably fortunate that you've never had to listen to it. I don't know if Randy's a big fan of The Elder.
It's a good album. It's just not a good Kiss album. I
But,
agree with what Ace said.
I mean, it was we didn't beat it up too bad, but if you want to go back and look at our review on The Elder, help yourself. It's probably watch our reviews. Probably maybe better than the album itself. But
It was supposed to have been about a movie.
yeah.
Oh, boy.
And I did see a trailer for it. There's actually a trailer on YouTube for the Elder movie. But
Had to take his toy away.
yeah. So coming in at number 3 for me, Creatures of the Night.
Well, I didn't have mine in any order, but I picked 4 songs, so I'm gonna say I'm not even gonna put Creatures on mine. It was a good song. That was my number 4. Well, I had 4, so let's just say that. I'm gonna say, if I'm gonna put them in order, I'm gonna say "Saints and Sinners." I like that song. It was it's the second track on the album. Yeah. I don't know, just something about that one. It just hooked me in that. And I knew I'd heard Creatures and War Machine, I Love It Loud before, but I wasn't real familiar with the album. I had to go back and listen to all these tracks. And all in all, it wasn't a bad album. There was a few that I didn't really care for, but the Saints and Sinners really kind of stood out for me of the songs that I didn't know. I really like that song. So that's my number 3, I guess.
Mine's the title track, "Creatures of the Night," because it opens up and it finally gets to show just how good of a drummer Eric Carr was. And the Elder, he was held back. I don't think anybody realizes how good he was. And you put that record, CD, phone, however you got it, and you hear that boom, 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 and that guitar coming down. It just showed me just what a good drummer that he really was. It was great.
And you're coming off. What was before the Elder? Unmasked.
It was they were poppy with 3. I don't know what they were. Dynasty, which was
They had to,
and then Unmasked, which is pop rock. It wasn't a big hit here, like I said. That album wasn't a hit here in America, but they loved it in Australia. Elder, well, we need to go there. He was held back. That was Eric Carr's first album, but this one was his second one, and he showed just how good of a drummer Eric Carr was.
Very good drummer.
He was a good guy too, from what I heard.
Well, that's what I think I read in that Wikipedia thing, that how this album was supposed to go back to the heavier roots.
They did.
And as they got away from it, from all the poppy and disco sounding, and then the Elder, which apparently a lot of people disliked. And so, for coming off of those albums into this one, I would definitely say this is a way heavier album.
This was the last tour in Macon. And it ended up in Rio 1982. That was the last show that they did in front of.
Yeah, but they never did even tour on Elder, I don't think.
They did not tour, but they did promotional stuff. They were on Solid Gold, and they were on a show called Fridays, and they performed 3 songs. And at one club, they performed as a trio. Ace didn't show, so Ace was done, pretty much gone. It was Paul, Gene, and Eric Carr, and that was a weird thing to see Kiss as a 3-piece instead of a 4-piece.
Yeah, imagine.
Yep.
Well, since he done 4, I'm just gonna go ahead and throw a second one in here. My number 2, and it seems like a lot of people like this song, is War Machine, and I'll throw in "I Still Love You" because I thought that was a pretty decent song too. But number 2, War Machine, heavy. Gene Simmons' voice, and it seems like he goes with a lot of the heavier stuff, I guess, just because he's got the deep voice.
I think it matches that style of
character.
That, where Paul's got that high kind of thing where
And
he does the more melodic and the more slower, like the ballady. I think he's the one saying "I Still Love You," isn't it?
Yeah.
He's saying there was a couple of them.
He does all their ballads.
They work out well together. I will say that their voices go great together. I've always thought that. All right, so I'm going with War Machine and I Still Love You. I'll put both of them in there as number 2.
All right. Well, my number 2 is going to be I Love It Loud. I mean, just that bass heavy.
Yeah,
I mean, and another Gene song. So, but yeah, that's just. I mean, I think in the end we all probably have well, no, yours is a little different, but in the end, I think the most popular songs on there ended up being my favorite ones off of there too. So, my number 2 is I Love It Loud.
And his second coming in is I Still Love You, because this came out at a time way before the power ballad thing kicked in, and nobody in his time period can sing a ballad quite like Paul Stanley. Gene, there's a lot of things I could say about him, but I won't. And I'll say it again, not so much now anymore. Paul Stanley is the heart and soul of that band. He was the better singer. He was the better songwriter. His ballads were just unbelievably just awesome. And this was a great, great song. Awesome. It's awesome on the record, and it's awesome live, which I've heard it live, and it's awesome on the Unplugged. That's coming in at my second. I Still Love You.
All right, so y'all know what time it is, everybody. It's time for the list.
The list.
We got some people here. We actually got some new people too.
Some new people. We met over the weekend.
We actually
Cool
did.
ass people.
And give them props. They got a podcast coming out. As soon as we get any information, we'll send it y'all's way and show them
Check
some
them
love.
out, yeah.
Because they're actually some pretty cool people.
Yeah, they showed us a lot of love over the weekend, so
They had the 2 dudes they had Steel Panther outfits flying. They had the wigs and the tattoo sleeves, and they were pretty cool people.
yeah, these guys were pretty fun.
All right, so number 1 we got Mike Griever, I Love It Loud. Danny Crider, I Still Love You, and War Machine. Jared Bowman thinks it's one of their best albums. He picked Danger. Mike Hardesty said good album, War Machine. Jason Klein said I Love It Loud. First Kiss song you ever heard, he thought. Jerry Lambert just said you got to give Vinny some love. Robert Ford, I Love It Loud. David Brannon, fantastic album, I Love It Loud, and War Machine. Mike Durr, I Love It Loud, and Jen Grimsley, War Machine. And that wraps up the list. That's a pretty decent list.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got some love for the Creatures of the Night. So I guess we'll go back to number 1 for me, I Love It Loud. I mean, damn, when you hear that drum beat entrance, and that's pretty much a big trademark song. I remember seeing that video a lot. Ain't that the one the kid sits in front of the TV?
Yeah,
And
I
his
think
parents
it's
are pulling from the TV. And
that's the video with the tank.
actually, Vinnie Vincent helped. That's like one of the songs he got credited for. I don't know about royalty wise, but
Oh, you didn't get it down for
I
that.
was gonna say, probably
right
nothing
wise,
for it.
No.
and he should be, because that song gets played a lot.
He's still waiting for that check.
And that was a Gene Simmons song, so it's probably gonna be heavier. But number 1 for me, I Love Loud.
Number 1 for me is War Machine. Another, I don't know. To me, that's probably the heaviest, grooviest song on the album. I mean, and I think that's why I like that one so much. And then I'm not a big fan of 6 Feet Under, but I remember they did a version of it, and I know everybody and their brothers covered Kiss, but it's definitely one of the heavier covers that I've heard. And it just when I reheard it, listening to it, that's the first thing I was doing. I was doing the death metal growls to it, but yeah, that's my favorite one on the album.
Same thing, War Machine. It's the last song on the album, and it's just kick-ass. I can't say enough great things about this record of the 80s time period. This, by far, is my favorite one. It's heavy, but after this, that band sold out to every musical trend that there was, but that's them. Doesn't take away how I felt about them as a kid. It never will. Except maybe now. But War Machine's great.
We was just talking about it over the weekend, I think with Jen and Ken and Mike, that album closers, and I think
I've always said when you're one of your biggest songs last on the album, you think you really got a great album. mean, because you look Rocket Queen, I think that's probably my favorite song, Appetite. Seasons of the
Definitely
Abyss off Slayer, I mean, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, when you close it up with a great song like that, I mean, that's pretty powerful.
It's still one of
Well, and it starts with a good one and ends with a good one. So
It's still one of the best album covers ever. I mean, not that reboot in '85,
Yeah,
the
the
original
original
cover with
with
their
the
eyes
eyes
glowing. I
lit
mean,
up.
you know, just you know, that's just one of the best album covers. And why they decided to get rid of that in the mid '80s and replaced it with that god awful one, non makeup with Bruce, who didn't play a note, not a stick on that record, but he took it again. I don't understand why. I mean, that's just a beautiful album cover. Blue and their eyes are glowing.
I guess it was all a money thing. I mean, that's the only thing that why Vinnie Vincent wasn't on that cover when Ace didn't play a lick. I mean, he didn't play nothing on it.
They say it has something to do
Thanks.
with a contract that he didn't sign to be an official member of the band. I've heard that. Well, here's my thing on that thing. If he didn't sign a contract, I wouldn't let him write a song on it. I wouldn't let him do anything because, at the end, that's going to come back to bite them. He's going to want to get money, but they didn't mind putting him in makeup, the Ankh, which Paul Stanley thought of that character, the
that was
Ankh.
great. I read
It
that
was his
the other day.
creation, the Ankh. At least they had their own characters then, as opposed to what they are now. But that being said, I don't know why they did that. I mean, Vinny did 2 records with him, never got paid, but yet you let him in the band. I have never understood that. If your name's not on that contract, I think in that position, their popularity was just so bad in America, even though that's a strong record, that they were just desperate. Okay, he's here. They took advantage of him.
Oh, yeah.
That's how I look at it.
And you got to look at the other way too. I mean, he let it happen.
He let it
He
happen.
should have had.
He should have had lawyers and stuff,
Exactly.
but
So it's a twofold thing.
But
it's 2 sides of the coin.
And I mean, Gene, as much as I hate to be on his side, he did say, that Ace is his own worst enemy.
He really
And
is.
He almost, there's a lot of truth to that. I mean, because all this stuff here lately with the vault stuff, man, he could have made a strong comeback. I mean, because there's a lot of love for that man, and he canceled them shows, and now he's doing this speedball thing. And
He's supposed to perform somewhere again. I heard that.
yeah, it's
For
like
how many times now
But
he's canceled on that stuff?
show. I mean, I don't understand it. You're coming out of the closet. You've been hidden for 20 years. And
He actually did come out of the closet.
I waited looks, yeah. And 2, you're getting paid. And what I could tell at these conventions, when he does show up, he appreciates the people.
yeah.
I think what Gene says, you give the guy the key to the city, he'll just throw it away. He's the most self-destructive person that he ever met.
Well,
I'll
I
have to
mean-
agree with him on that.
And
And can he even play? I mean, has he actually played
that's the thing.
anything
Can he shred?
for the public since his comeback?
I don't know.
I mean, and maybe that's why he gets the hype up and then decides he's going to cancel because he knows that he can't.
Well, what he should do, if I was in his position and I knew that, maybe he's got arthritis or he can't do it anymore, I'm sure his hand can pick up a pen and sign pictures and take pictures. I'm sure he'll get a royalty from that.
Yeah.
People,
Get something.
knows who he is. He was a guitarist for Kiss. He was the Ankh. If I was in his position, I would go here, pose with the picture, sign the autograph, shake hands, and go. I mean, I wouldn't even go out there and try to play if I couldn't do it anymore.
You don't have to.
He doesn't have to. He done painted his masterpiece 3 times, and yes, I count revenge on that too because he took it right in the ass again. They brought him back for royalty. He wrote their best songs on there and didn't get a dime for that.
That was a great album
Definitely.
that he was on. And Lick It Up was good. I mean,
Yes, Lick It Up was great.
I don't know if I really have anything more to say about Cruise Tonight. I don't know a whole lot about it. I mean, Randy brought me into the Creatures of the Night fold because I didn't really know much. I mean,
Yeah,
I
I
knew
didn't know
Love
much
and
about
Loud,
it
but
either.
I
that's
loved
about
it.
it.
I loved the lineup. I liked the fact, even though that people didn't click on too well, and Paul Stanley said in his book, he's like, when they're introducing you, you want the best, you got the best, and he's out there in the crowd and he's throwing the pick. He had to make sure it didn't land on the concrete because it was so bad of attendance here in the United States that it was a bust. But that doesn't take away the fact that was a strong, kick-ass record. At least the
It was-
Australians have taste.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it all in all, it was a decent album.
Yes.
I mean, there was only a couple songs that were just kind of,
After Unmasked
But-
and Elder, my God.
I mean, my least favorite would probably Keep Me Coming. I mean, I Still Love You I mean, it's a ballad, but it's still a decent song, and I don't know that I really liked.
I think some of the stuff I didn't like.
Stuff in the middle is what kind of lost me.
It was like, keep it coming, keep it coming. I mean, it's just like there's the writing. I just didn't feel like was real strong with some of the songs.
Simple.
Yeah.
Too simple, I think.
Like it was just kept repeating and repeating. I mean, that was the only thing that really hurt it for some of them songs. I felt like because even after listening to it, through 3 or 4 times, them songs really stuck out as, golly, they should have spent a little bit more time writing on there.
Well, and maybe they knew they were weaker songs, and that's why they started with the strong songs and ended with the stronger songs.
And they put, I Love It Loud right in the middle.
Yeah, well.
When that Rock and Roll Hell, I didn't mind that too bad.
Ace just did that on his cover album.
What's that?
Rock and Roll Hell.
Mm.
The thing I liked about that tour is that big logo, how that looked, and the tank. Eric Carr's on a tank, an actual army tank. And when he would do a solo,
cool.
boom, 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 the tank would look like it was shooting out, whatever the hell the tank shoots out, all that stuff.
Smoke and everything.
That was great. I loved it.
Some of his solos, his drum solos.
His drum solos kicked ass. You want to see a real good drum solo by the man? Look up Animalize Live Uncensored. That's one of the best drum solos I've ever heard, Eric Carr.
There you go. Go look it up.
Everybody look it up. And also, we did do a thing on the Elder. The whole album, me and Love reviewed it. We actually, Love, and String did a reaction on World Without Heroes. That's way back in the past. That was a hard one to set through too. But,
Do you know who covered that song?
Yes, because we
Diana
watched
Ross.
it.
Was it
Cher.
Cher.
And it's not
All
bad. Her style.
Yeah, Love was asking me if I went back and listened to that.
What was it we watched that Linda Carter? What was it? Was that a Kiss song?
She Did I Was Made for Loving
Yes,
You.
that's what it was. Go look that one up.
Yeah.
Woo!
And supposedly, I heard this. I have it in that Finding Doro did a cover of Only You from The Elder.
Wow. All right, so y'all want to wrap this one up? Anybody got any more to say about Creatures other than Vinnie Vincent might be underrated in the Kiss? Well, not by the Kiss fans. They love him.
It's like Jerry said, love for Vinny, baby.
All right, so we're going to wrap this one up. I guess we're out here. I guess the usual, like, subscribe.
You locked me up, or you locked
Turn
up
the bell on, and the bell's awesome because anytime anything's posted, if you got a bell turned on for anybody, it just automatically tells you that they've uploaded something. But we got tons of stuff. If it's the first one you've seen, just go back and watch. We've done plenty. We've got some lengthy ones and we've got some short ones. But the lengthy ones they're worth watching, but they'll take you a while to get through them.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of research done. The Wasp one, especially Pantera.
That was a long
The
one.
Metallica one was long.
Yeah, that one was too.
And brutal.
But I guess we'll wrap this one up.
Be on the lookout because we just got back from M3, so I think we're going to put together something just kind of. It's probably not going to be in a quick one. It's probably going to be longer than what we really want to, but we're going to put something together and just talk about the experience and talk about the bands and whatnot. So we got to figure out what we're going to do yet on that one, but just be on the lookout for that one too. That
Yeah,
one
and
probably
go.
coming too.
Me and String posted tons of videos. So go and check them out. I mean,
Yeah, I posted. Well, I got mine on my YouTube page, but I linked them all onto his Facebook page. So I still got a few more I'm going to try to load up. I tried to do one earlier and it froze up on me, and I had to start all over. And I was like, "The hell with it, I'll do it later."
I will say, you might probably the people out here watch this are not a fan of American Idol, but we witnessed 2 previous American Idol I guess contestants or whatever that tore it up. I mean, James Durbin nailed DeBrow, and then Constantine, God, he did actually so well, gave you cold chills for Adler's Appetite.
But we'll talk more.
Yeah. We better wrap this one up. This Hospital Show, I guess we're out here.
Peace.
Later, y'all.